Wallahi, we have to rescue this country. The country has deteriorated. The country is just also like
it's sad. It's terribly sad. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved. I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallah, inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Well, before we begin this episode, this very episode is brought to you by eClinic Consult. eClinic Consult, held by which is being operated by a Ghanaian doctor here in Madrid, commonly known as Dr. Modlin Yabua Bani Nidime Brebisano. Yeah, you can contact them on 671-992-237 if you're outside Spain. Add the +34. But if you are inside Spain, you don't need to add it. 671-992-237 or 672-827-247. Their services are 24/7 online medical consultation, general practitioner consultation, family physician, gynecological consultation, psychological consultation, medical laboratory review, results review, medical or polypharmacy consultation, among others. Contact them for your health issues. But yes, so the special prosecutor of Ghana, as you all know, had actually prosecuted or has opened probe into some NPA fuel scandal, which is about 1.3 billion Ghana cedis that has been embezzled by the CEO. And you remember the CEO, Mustapha?
The OSP has also commenced investigation into suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses in respect of an alleged embezzlement of 1.3 billion cedis from the Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund, UPPF, at the National Petroleum Authority, NPA. The investigation primarily targets the following persons: the coordinator of the UPPF, Mr. Jacob Amwa, NPA staff Frida Tando, NPA staff Wendy Ashon Newman, and the former chief executive of NPA, Mustapha Hamid.
He was the one who said that the country has deteriorated. We must rescue this country. And upon rescuing this country, they are rather rescuing themselves from the country. That is how far they have come. And so for the first charge was about 280 million Ghana cedis that was embezzled by the CEO and some other 7 people and who are in some 3 companies. So about 11 people connived to embezzle 280 million Ghana cedis. And so the OSP wrote a long love letter to explain what actually happened. And that is what the OSP has to say. OSP charges the former NPA CEO and others for over 280 million extortion and money laundering scheme. The OSP has charged 7 individuals and 3 companies before the High Court in Accra on multiple charges and money laundering arising from sprawling corruption scheme within the National Petroleum Authority, which is the NPA. These people, the first person is actually the CEO, who is Mustapha Hamid. Yes, we must rescue this country, Seya. And then Jacob Kwamina Amwa, who is also coordinator of Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund. Wendy Newman, Albert Ankra, Isaac Mensah, who are the directors of Care Logistics Limited, including Bright Bediako Mensah. There is also Kwekwa Bwaji Akwa, who is director. Isaac Mensah, Bright Bediako Mensah, who is the director of Care Logistics. Kwekwa Bwaji Akwa, director, Kings Energy Limited. The companies are Propnest Limited, Care Logistics Limited, Kings Energy Limited. The charges stem from investigation initiated by the OSP in the late 2024 into alleged unlawful conduct involving the diversion of public funds and collusion with oil marketing and bulk distribution companies. Between 2022 and December 2024, the first 3 accused persons, acting under the color of their official duties, allegedly orchestrated and operated a criminal extortion scheme through which they unlawfully collected 280,516,127 Ghana cedis, 19 pesos. Number of pesos now, man, from petroleum transporters and oil marketing companies. The scheme initiated by the CEO and implemented by Amwa and Newman lacked any awful mandate and exploited their positions within the NPA. Charlie, the love letter be very long. From the proceeds, Amwa is alleged to have handled 124 million directly to Abdul Hamid, who is the CEO, between January and December 2024. An additional 227.2 million was channeled through Newman under Amwa's direction for further disbursements. Investigations further revealed that the 4th to 7th accused persons, in collaboration with the fugitive director of Care Logistics Limited, created and utilized Popness Limited, Care Logistics, and King's Energy as vehicles for laundering and illicit proceeds. So you understand, these three people created 3 new companies, or these people created 3 new companies, which are the companies that were just mentioned, so that they could use those companies to derive money from NPA. They could use those companies as embezzlement vehicles for the companies. This is what is going on. We must rescue this country, United. You came to rescue yourself from the country. We continue. The laundered funds were used to purchase and construct houses, acquire trucks for an oil distribution businesses, and build fuel stations as part of the effort to conceal and disguise the origin of criminal proceeds. All 7 individuals and 3 companies have been charged with a total of 25 counts. Some of the counts includes exhortation by a public officer contrary to Section 151 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, that's Act 29. Conspiracy to commit money laundering, contrary to Section Money laundering as also contrary to Section 1, number 1, number 2, and 4 of Act number 1044. 1 Osei to 2AJ, a director of the 9th accused company, is currently at large. The accused persons have been apprehended and are set to appear on a date to be determined by the court for their pleas to be taken. The OSP reaffirms its commitment to investigation. Okay, we have heard the OSP. But yes, these people have been charged with conspiracy to commit money laundering and then money laundering activities and also corruption-related cases. This man was on TV crying in 2016. And when you heard the audio, someone was at the back saying that, don't cry, don't cry. Charlie, the wolf in sheepskin character is becoming unbecoming. We have had so many corruption cases, but for someone who comes to accuse another person of corruption to also be engaged in corruption, that is wild. Wallahi, we must rescue this country. After that, wallahi. This is what you have to do. Being engaged in the total sum is actually 1.2 million, which the OSP has said they are investigating. But the current one of which they have prepared them for court is actually the 280 million Ghana cedis. So 8 people conspired. These things happen quickly in Ghana, and they were quick enough to start a business on their own with it. But it doesn't make sense to hold a public office and use that public office as your loan. The same thing Gift Your Worry was said that he used NSS people's money to go and acquire loan at ADB Bank. Like, how criminal can you be to orchestrate a criminal proceed, get a criminal company? Like, after that, we must rescue this country. After shouting, they said that he who comes with equity must come with clean hands. These hands are not clean, they have been soiled. And so the OSP said that one person is at large and they are still searching for that person. Hopefully they will catch him. They will arrest him. But it is sad to see Mustapha holding his name in his hands just at the OSP's office. Charlie, OSP is doing a better job, and he's doing a yeoman's job. He's actually doing a yeoman's job. We want to see more of these corruption-related cases in our court. These people being jailed. Mustapha could have been given like 20 years in prison. And now 20 years, it looks like it's small. About 30 years. By the time he comes out, he is very old. He will come and advise his grandchildren that they should not be engaged in corruption. It's that simple. We cannot have people being appointed into positions and then they are rather using those positions to steal from the country. And so if all CEOs are stealing from the country, then where did we go? What? Like, how can we even build a country like this? And so I was glad when Mahama said that all CEO will come and render accounts to the benefit they have gotten so far, or to the process they've made so far from whatever company they were sent to. And if you're a CEO and you're making loss in your first year, your appointment will be terminated. That is actually a good deal. Government institutions are not like, oh, they are not making every profit, so let's leave them, and then we will be pushing unnecessary money into them. GBC is there. TV3 is making a lot of money. Channel 1 TV is making a lot of money. GBC is making losses until recently. And GBC is a whole station with outlets in almost all the regions in the country. Channel 1 TV is just one TV station in one corner in Accra. They are making profit. GBC, the national television, is not making profit. Wezo TV, we came recently, is making profit. GBC is there until recently. So how can we have a whole Bank of Ghana Accra is making losses? Bank of Ghana, you don't buy anything. You are not into any trade. You are keeping people's money. You are making losses. And then you are also closing down banks because banks are making losses. See how crazy it is. Charlie Mustapha will surely, Mustapha and his accomplices will surely be set on trial. We hope that the right judgment is given. And we know that Mahama is going to do this and do more of it. We want to see more people being arrested. He made mention of Nanabi being arrested, but we have still not seen anything. Currently, the National Cathedral cases has come. Jollof have done their report. They said that the books are clean. The books are clean does not mean that nobody has squandered money. It means that the people squandered the money and they got receipt for the money they squandered. And that is all. And so they said they are going to hand over this case to Yoko for Yoko to handle. We look forward that people are being imprisoned. People are asked to pay the amount. They mentioned that a lot of money have been retrieved so far. That is what they are going to use for the big push agenda. That is a yo man's job. Keep it up. Let us know what you think in the comment section. My name is Kwamina Time Tells. Can you subscribe to this channel? Don't forget e-clinic consults. Attend to them. Give them a call. Send them a message. They are very nice people. They are in Madrid. If you are in Madrid or you are anywhere in Europe, don't hesitate to call them. My name remains Kwamina Time Tells. This is Jollof and Wi-Fi. That's my time. I'm out.
National Petroleum Authority. In November 2024, the OSP commenced investigation into suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses in respect of the operations of National Petroleum Authority, NPA, and the activities of some of its officials. The OSP investigation has revealed that between 2022 and 2024, some high-ranking and other officials of NPA devised and implemented a corrupt scheme of using public office for profit through threats, intimidation, coercion, suggestions, bribery, and inordinate regulatory duress to obtain for their personal benefit large sums of money from oil marketing companies and other entities under their statutory regulatory, licensing, oversight, and monitoring mandates in the petroleum downstream industry. As at the close of business on 30 May 2025, the OSP had uncovered, through tracing and trailing, an amount of 280,516,127 cedis and 19 pesos, being proceeds of the corrupt scheme, some of which has been used by the perpetrators to acquire identified and traced apartments, suites, houses in country and abroad, 22 fuel haulage trucks, and the incorporation, acquisition, and operation of oil marketing companies to compete with the oil marketing companies they were regulating. The OSP, before the end of June, would file criminal charges against the first batch of the perpetrators and complicit oil marketing companies and their officials. Upon filing, we will brief you in detail in respect of who did what, who acquired what, and what has been recovered.